Hey everybody, new week, one that I'm not dying from of sickness, but you know, I went home on Friday. It's Monday, February 24th. Yay! I went home on Friday and got into a little car accident. I hit the back of a truck. I think I slipped over ice because my brakes worked. So it didn't break. So I hit the back of a truck and smashed my front end in. Can't speak. So yeah, that was my Friday. That was wonderful. Saturday was my birthday party that we threw. So that was fun as well. I got to see my godchild. She's so cute. So yeah, and I dropped my car off at the shop today. So hopefully I'll get her back in 2 weeks. Wonderful. So yeah, but other than that, the week has already started. This is the long list of reading that I need to do. I'm not excited. So we're going to get started on that. I went to my class today and went to my lab hours today. We actually started doing stuff. I actually had participants today in my lab, so that was fun. I can't disclose any information, confidential. So that was fun. So now we're going to do some reading. And hopefully we get to watch our movie tonight. We're doing the Studio Ghibli thing where we watch a movie of Studio Ghibli in the week. Hopefully 2. Normally I watch them on Monday and Wednesdays, but it's sort of moved to Monday and Friday for whatever reason. So, hopefully 2. And maybe watch the extra short of Demon Slayer. So, hopefully. I don't know. But if we do watch a Studio Ghibli, I'm debating about which one I should watch. The Boy and the Heron, I think that's how you say that. Don't come for me if that's not how you say it. The new one that just came out in 2023. Gosh, it's 2025 already. But yeah, it's either that one or Kiki's Delivery Service. So we'll see which one I watch tonight. Other than that, let's put on some lo-fi. Anime lo-fi. Oh, well, actually, speaking of, I finally got around to doing my nails. It's not going to focus, but I'll be posting these on my Instagram and my TikTok. It's Hoshina from Kaiju number 8, if anybody's seen that anime. So, Hoshina. Let's not go on a simp fest. So, but now, let's put on some anime lo-fi, because if it's going to be lo-fi, it's got to be anime for me. And let's do some of this reading. Yay. I mean, playing. 9 hours. I look a hot mess. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that this lo-fi has been playing for 9 hours. I think it's possible because I played it before. So I think it picked up where I left off. I cannot talk after doing all that reading. I'm dead inside. So, yeah, that's wrapping up the night, at least for schoolwork. It's healthy college tip is to try and have a cutoff time. I am guilty of not having a cutoff time every night. It's a hard process, but you know, I've grown from my freshman year where I would just go until I'm dead near passing out. So I have grown since then. So I try and have a certain cutoff time, but sometimes that feeling just kicks in and you're just like, oh no, I have to keep going. I get that a lot, but on most nights I can have a cutoff time, which I have learned. But you know, I'm in my junior year now, so there's a lot to be said about that. It has been a few years. But yeah, we're done reading for the night. So that means it's dinner and movie time. So since I got done so late, because you know I probably should have cut myself off at 7:30, but I chose to read another chapter. We are going to watch Kiki's Delivery Service because The Boy and the Heron, like I said, don't come for me if that's not how you say it. It is 2 hours and something minutes long instead of an hour and a half long like Kiki's. So we're gonna watch Kiki's Delivery Service instead of The Boy and the Heron. And I got Subway earlier for dinner. So to the kitchen. There's the kitchen. So we got Subway. Subway! As I showed you guys earlier. Subway's for dinner. We don't know what drink we're gonna have with it. What do we want? I have no idea. But yeah. That is the night's plan. At least the rest of the night. So let's go watch Kiki's Delivery Service. Okay, everybody, so I did my morning workout and found out that my 2 evening classes are canceled, at least in person. I'm going to go via Zoom. So that's fun. I don't have to go out in the cold. College kids love that. So, workout done. I'm going to do some reading for what I didn't get done last night. And that's that. I'm going to do my retainers and brush my teeth and, you know, do my face wash of the day. We're starting to try and do that now. So I just got back from my first class of the day. Sorry, I couldn't film my walk back. My walk there, my phone struggles in the rain, so I couldn't film as much walking there. It's raining outside, so it sucks. So I didn't even try and film coming back, but got back from my first class of the day. As I said earlier, my last two classes got put online, so they'll be on Zoom. So that's great, awesome for me. I don't have to walk in the rain and in the cold. So I'll take it. But first class of the day was not bad. One of my psych classes, very simple, easy. I got a point back on my first test because one of the questions came from a chapter we haven't read. So yay! Perfect 100. But it's the first test and it's open notes, so there's my defensive pessimism kicking in. But yeah. It's my first week using my microphones, so they just keep dropping. This is not the clothes to wear them with. But besides that, so we're gonna get some reading done. Not a lot of it because there's not a lot left that I can get done in the short time between this and my next class. And we're going to work on some press-on nail designs. So that's gonna be fun. Let's do it. So this is me at 11 o'clock, not following what I said I would do yesterday. And, you set a limit on what you do in a day. Yeah, I failed utterly. But, that's okay. Like I said, even though I'm a third year, I still fail as a college student to set time frame, limit, stop. Do not work yourself to the bone. I'm not a good example of what to do sometimes. So, but left off sketching some nail designs. I did Tanjiro today, so that was great considering that I just did Nezuko this weekend. But I made it through a good portion today. I got hit with 2 surprise assignments that are due tomorrow. So, yeah, day in the life of a college student, get hit with surprise assignments that aren't in the syllabi to begin with. So, classes got moved to Zoom, but I got hit with 2 unassigned assignments. So, I digress. One of them's done. The other one isn't done. It's 1 question from being done. And then I read 20 pages in a chapter. So tomorrow morning, 10 pages left in the chapter and one question with a 12-minute video. So, but yeah, as I said, day in the life of a college student. So, but let's eat because I haven't eaten dinner yet at 11 o'clock. But, that's okay. The morning was very rough. I was up at 7:30. But I got a lot accomplished this morning, so I can't complain. So I did my morning routine, did my workout, which normally I would do on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I wasn't here Monday morning, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday it is. So I'm just gonna finish practice and then head off to class. And my lab hours are going to be busy today because I have 3 participants to interview. So, yay. It's the first time I've had a full block in my lab hours. So, the semester is getting started. So, a lot of people are coming in. So, now I have 3. And it's going to actually run me past my lab hours by 15 minutes if they take the whole time. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, other than that, go to class, go to lab hours. I finished the reading that I needed to do. And I'm going to come back and I have some chapters to read for my psych class. So that about wraps up Wednesday night. And hopefully tonight we'll watch our movie. So now we got to make another decision. We did Kiki's. So I sort of want to save The Boy and the Heron for like last. I still have a lot more other Ghibli movies to watch. So now we'll probably do Castle in the Sky or Up on Poppy Hill or whatever. Yeah. So those are the options for tonight. And then we still have to watch an episode of Demon Slayer, the extra Rengoku short. So that's going to be fun. So yeah, that's the agenda. Let's see if we can get it through. Okay, everybody, so we just got back from my lab hours, which I couldn't really film because I waited till last second to leave because I was busy editing so I can get some posts out this weekend. So yeah, Thursday we're gonna see my nails, which I said I would post. So those will be on my Instagram and my TikTok on Thursday. So that was fun. But lab hours, they were long. I had 3 participants, like I believe I said earlier, but if I didn't, 3 participants today. So that was different and new and very filling of the schedule. I'm used to there was nobody, and then I had 1, and then today was 3. So that was a full day. And now the only thing I have left to do for the week is to do some reading out of my textbook for one of my side classes that I'm taking this semester. So I've got 2 chapters and about 7 pages left in the chapter that I left last week. So hopefully it shouldn't take me too long, I hope. But that's the recap for the last like 4 hours where I've just been busy. So we're going to do that. And then we're probably going to call it a night because the checklist says I can call it a night because it looks like this on Wednesday. That's great. If I get done with this reading on time, I might do another small essay. But other than that, we're going to do this, call it a night, hopefully call it a night early, and watch a Ghibli. I think the choices are between Castle in the Sky and Up on Poppy Hill. There might be another option, but I'm not sure. Puzzling. But yeah, that's the plan for the night. So, wish me luck. Okay, everybody. So that's the week. That's a wrap so far. I did the rest of my reading. I checked off that rest of that list. As you can see, that's always a good thing to see at the end of the week for a college student. Everything on the checklist is done. I love that feeling. Some weeks you walk away with stuff not checked off. I mean, it's how life goes. Other stuff comes up, like my 2 surprise assignments. I'm surprised I still got everything done in spite of those. But the only thing left to do, I edited the assignments that are going to be due on Sunday. Wait, no, not Sunday night. Monday night. I edited those. They're going to be due on Monday night. I'm going to turn them in when I get home. And then there's an assignment that's due tonight. So I've got to turn all 3 of those in when I get home. And that will be everything that's due currently coming up. And I got started on some stuff that's due in the coming weeks. So all in all, it was a good week. We made progress. We did the thing. So we did the thing. But yeah, it's almost time to leave. Mom is going to pick us up because my poor car is still in the shop. That's my poor car. I love my baby, but this is hard for me. I I love my baby. I like being able to go where I can go, listen to my music. I miss my car. Even though I didn't have a car for like so many years, but like once you get a car, it's like you miss your car if something happens to it. So, but yeah, that's pretty much, like I said, that's a wrap. I'm going to do dishes for the week real quick before she comes and gets me. But other than that, the bag of clothes is packed for the weekend. Plans have been made. I have to go drop off Christmas gifts, spend a little time over there. And then tomorrow is outing day with Auntie. So that's that's the weekend. And we're watching the live AOT movies on Saturday. Whew, that is I've heard mixed opinions on them, most being that those movies are a piece of crap. But I got them from the library and we're gonna see. So movie day on Saturday. That's the weekend. Because I don't take work home on the weekend. Full-time college student, it lasts Monday through Friday. And after Friday, unless I absolutely need to, college students need a break. Unless you actually need to study for a ginormous test or something, or you're just trying to keep up your study methods over the weekend, which I'm not dissing on, that's a good technique. Like to study, you study frequently. So it's a good thing, but it's also a good thing to have a break. And considering I come back on Sunday night and sometimes I still do work on Sunday night, Friday, I'm in classes. So Saturday and most of Sunday is my reprieve. So I don't do work on Saturday and Sunday unless I need to, which I have. When I took Japanese, I studied over the weekend because the test would be on Tuesday and that wouldn't have been enough time to study. So unless you absolutely need to, it's good to take a break as a college student. You process a lot up here to do this day-to-day thing. But college ramble, day in the life of a college student, college ramble, college advice ramble. But yes, dishes and wait for mom to go pick us up. That's the week. I got nothing. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on this week of a typical boring week with a college student. But we did it.